Podcast.
Elaborate.
My world, in some way, shape, or fashion, revolves around what you're doing that day.
Carry on. More? I want to hear this.
Seriously?
Yes, I want to hear this.
From the time you get up in the morning to where you're looking for clothes, and I make sure you know where they're at because you don't wash them, you don't fold them, you don't put them away.
Whoop.
Stop.
Hit
You
the brakes.
asked.
Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. 2010.
Okay, I don't care about 2000.
Carrabba's, Murfreesboro. You had on a black South Pole long sleeve T-shirt
Wasn't
and some
black.
hot jeans. It was black.
No, it wasn't. I still have the shirt. I kept it.
It was black and had blue writing. So
No, it
don't
wasn't.
try me.
It was beige with black sleeves.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
You want to bet $1,000?
Yeah, I bet you $1,000 is my money.
How about I bet $1,000 of my money?
Okay.
That I
The
remember.
shirt's not black.
That was our first date. It was it was a black South Pole shirt that had white long sleeves underneath. Daphne,
So it was.
you
a
never
South
even
Pole
been to
shirt.
Carrabba's. You got in there and was like, ooh.
It was a South Pole shirt, but it's.
The fact I remember this, I don't get any
Hey.
credit.
Give me credit
10
for that.
years.
You had to remember one thing.
And I told you that night, very first date, if this goes further, I just need to tell you some things about me.
You don't do laundry.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
so
that's
you
not
know
the-
how long?
That's not the truth, though.
It
That's a
is the
cop-out.
truth. I don't do the laundry. Everywhere I've been, like in St. Augustine, they used to have the little Chinese lady around the corner that would weigh your shit, wash it, fold it, and give it back to you. So I can do my laundry for like $8 a week with somebody else folding and giving it back to you. And you could get some pork fried rice at the same time.
You've done laundry before.
Yes, I have done laundry before. I also dissected a frog in high school because they made me.
Why don't you do laundry?
It's
Let's get into that. We've never, why don't you do laundry? Why is it okay for you not to do laundry and me to do laundry?
that's just something I never did, man.
And
I do. I know.
I never did podcasts, but I'm doing them now.
Oh my God! Here we go. Look, I don't know. I never did it. I don't like it.
I don't like a lot of things.
I do it though. I mean, I just don't do it regularly. I do it when I have to. You me tell the truth. I'm telling the truth. I'm not a laundry guy.
You're not, okay.
And
You're not a laundry guy.
you're not a golf girl.
That has nothing to do with laundry. Totally different.
I thought we were talking about things that I like and you don't like, and vice versa.
So I'm assuming you're not a bathroom kind of cleaning guy either. You're not.
I'm gonna get a tent
Yeah.
and just stick it in the backyard.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to tell you, we're at the new house right now filming.
I heard him.
I meant to tell you, we're filming at the new house because this is where the studio is, and
This is also where Jeff fell through the deck at upstairs.
anyway, why are we bringing that up? I'm
Just saying.
Nah, so yeah, we're in the house that we will be moving into once it's finished. It's being painted upstairs,
Maybe.
doing a lot of stuff. Stop.
That's why I was late to the podcast.
What I was going to tell you, though, you might want to, definitely, because I was standing outside just talking to two doe, just chilling. Two deer just walked up the driveway and stood right over here and was just like, let me hit that pin. I was like,
What they have to say to you?
They was hitting the pin with me.
Oh, okay.
But big old healthy Danny goat. I'm about to set a snare trap out there so I'm making a noise. We'll eat her the first weekend we come in here.
We absolutely will not.
I eat the shit out there. Oh, what we see yesterday when we was riding home, she about maybe hit the brakes and go back to this house.
There was a fox, a baby, it wasn't a baby, probably been a half-grown, half-baby fox. I've never seen a fox. Literally, this little thing was just sitting in somebody's driveway looking
How's
around.
that song go? What's the fox say?
Yeah, but this little thing was so, don't go there. This fox was so cute. I was like, stop, go back.
He
He's
was
like, what are you going to do with it?
he
I'll
was
take it
small.
home.
He was
little.
he was big enough to feed a family of two, maybe. He was edible. He was cute. But this podcast sucks today, Daphne.
No, it doesn't. Hey, speaking of animals, do you remember we went to that place in
Oh,
Florida?
I was going to talk about that today. Yeah. This petting thing
The
with
petting zoo. What was it called?
Kissimmee Exotic.
Are you sure?
It was in Kissimmee. It was like exotic something or other in exotic something in Kissimmee. But yeah, that was awesome. I watched that little what was that little thing that peed in that lady's hair? That was funny as shit.
Madagascar thing. What's that thing called?
Yeah, the little monkey-looking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it jumped up in that lady's hair and just pissed all over her face. I was laughing so hard. But now we got to hold babies.
Baby kangaroos.
Hey, them little bastards. This is something that really shocked me. And I think a lot of people wouldn't really. When you look at a kangaroo, you see him, you're like, damn, he's put together. It looks like they're coarse and rough. Mm-hmm. Dude, they are soft. I mean, they're solid rock, but their fur was super soft.
I wanted to bring
But
the
that
one
little one
home.
kicked me in my shin about 6 times. He grabbed hold of my hands like, ka and I was like, hey, bitch. But we got, the kangaroos, the sloth.
So I was so excited to actually.
They smelled bad.
Yeah, I was excited to get to actually interact with a sloth, but that was kind of boring. And I was really.
Yeah, he don't move real fast.
I was petrified. Look at Iowa. Let's don't throw pins.
What was the other thing though? That was it was kangaroos and
Madagascars. I think that's what there are. Yeah.
They're not called Madagascars.
Somebody Google that off.
Madagascar is the country.
Steve, what is the
lemur?
Lemur.
Yeah.
Is it a lemur? Meerkat. A meerkat. Yeah.
We
Nick
didn't
says
see
it's a
that.
meerkat.
Nary
Yeah,
meerkat.
they are. There was meerkats in there.
Daphne Michelle. They
Yeah.
were lemurs.
Maybe there was I think there was a meerkat in there too.
Negative. Not nary one.
Okay,
It
well-
was lemurs. It was sugar gliders. It was kangaroos.
I don't remember a sugar
It was
glider being in there.
porcupines.
I didn't see no porcupines. Oh yeah, we did. He was in
We
the,
sat in a damn hold your hands
that's right.
circle and sat
Yeah.
down and did a
Yeah.
chant and shit before they let him out. It was like
Yeah.
some Indian burial ground
Yeah.
stuff, and he came over and threw quills at us.
He was hiding.
I picked my teeth with him.
He was hiding. Yeah, I forgot about the porcupine.
Um,
Zebra. Zebra was pissed.
Yeah, he wasn't a happy camper. Actually, I'm still not convinced. I think that was just a white donkey with black spray paint.
Possibly.
I'm serious. That wasn't a zebra. That was a donkey with
running.
paint on it. But yeah, that was super cool hands on.
My favorite was the kangaroos.
And
I was petrified to
wallaby,
go in
the
there.
little baby wallabies. That's what it was.
Yeah,
the little wallaby. He
they
was
had
cute.
passies and diapers. They were so cute. But no, my favorite was still the kangaroo. The little miniature, Stop. You're being rude at this point. Like, are you really rude? I don't do that.
Sorry. What's your favorite place we've been on the road?
That has to do with Moccasin Creek or the places that we just went ourselves.
Oh, surprise me.
Favorite place I've been on the road? Gosh, that'd be hard. I don't know. One of my favorite places scenically to visit, was probably Boston.
Yeah.
I thought Boston was.
I peed in the elevator.
Was that in? Oh God, that was.
Hey, Boston was the funniest shit. Check this out. So we excuse me, we fly out of Nashville.
This is not funny. This was a horrible, horrible story.
Daphne and I fly out of Nashville.
With matching luggage.
We meet my parents in Boston, right?
With matching luggage.
We're on a direct flight.
With matching
That
luggage.
that means we leave Nashville and fly directly
To
to
Boston.
Boston. We land in Boston, and
Guess whose luggage didn't make it?
I don't know how in the hell this is even possible. Direct flight. We check our bags in at the same time. My bag comes off. Daphne's doesn't. So we go to the hotel room in Boston. They're like, we'll bring your clothes to you tomorrow or whatever or whatnot. But you end up getting them the next day. But I still don't know how in the hell your luggage did not arrive at the same time as ours.
I don't know, but
I went out that night and just left her in the
you were lying.
in the hotel with
You're
her
so full of
bathrobe on.
shit. No, I actually am smart. Every time that we pack, regardless to where we go, and this is something everybody should probably think about and do. I always pack one change of clothing and put it in Jeff's bag, and I always pack one change of clothing for him and put it in my bag in case something like that happens. And guess what? Finally paid off.
It's happened
My
before.
perseverance.
That's true. Yeah, Boston was cool. Beautiful. Tell you what else is another good one too.
Canada
man.
has always been one of my favorites. The drive is so long, but Canada has always been.
Hey. What about that hilltop in McGregor, Iowa at Ryan Bacon's house?
Iowa's beautiful. Iowa is gorgeous.
That's silly.
Iowa is, yeah.
And we went to We went to the Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that was okay. I mean, that didn't
I
do
will
anything for me.
fight you in front of everybody.
That was you asked what my favorite. That's not
All
my
right, well,
favorite.
okay, but we know you're. Oh man, we should go. We should have went down last week because New Orleans about to get dropped again. Man, they got 2 hurricanes coming at them.
As far as me and you traveling, my favorite places is probably goodness gracious.
We've never been to goodness gracious.
You over there burping. No, but it's gonna be probably New Orleans or
We're looking for my chewing tobacco.
it's right here.
Oh, it's right here, Nick. My bad. New Orleans for sure.
New Orleans and Boston are gonna be. New Hampshire's gorgeous.
How about the 9,000 trips we've taken all over Florida? Cedar Key.
Florida's beautiful. I've yet to make it to the actual Keys because every time we go, there's been a hurricane.
What about Cedar Key?
Cedar Key was pretty.
I want to buy a place in Cedar Key. A little fish house.
Can I stick you there? No, I'm joking.
That's so hateful. Like, people they really don't know what to think because the guy on here talked about mental health and how I've been dealing with this last few days, and you're like, and then you dog me out for 30 minutes on here, so nobody has any idea. Dude, I just don't feel like anything's good enough anymore. Like this podcast, I don't feel like this one's going good. I don't feel like the music I'm putting out solid. I feel like my body's terrible. Like I'm really in a shitty place right now.
Gotta turn that negative into.
Hey,
a
I'm not looking for pity and looking for you pats on the back. I'm looking for a way to stop feeling like that. Does that make sense? What was that drug somebody said yesterday was a stimulant, not a depressant? We were listening to on that podcast.
Mushrooms.
Oh yeah, psilocybin. That's become a new big thing with people with anxiety and depression. They're microdosing on mushrooms. Well, what they say is that if they know the dosage is small enough, I'm not condoning this or saying anything about it. I just listened to it and found it interesting.
It was actually Dr. Phil and Ron White that were talking about it.
Yeah, that's right. And Joe Rogan's a big proponent. He's had several guests on there that speak about it. And what they're doing is microdosing with shrooms, especially people with terrible anxiety and depression. They don't get to the tripping stage. They get to where you're just kind of able to let loose a little and not have to dwell on. It kind of just supposedly it frees your mind up, kind of gives you a restart. And they do it throughout the day, just small doses throughout the day. Almost like if, they say if you're an extreme alcoholic and you quit alcohol together, that's one of the only things that can kill you, right? So they tell alcoholics a lot to microdose when they're coming down or whatnot, wean yourself off. And they're taking that same approach now with anxiety with certain meds. And I just know that they said shrooms was one of those that a lot of those people are getting into. But they also suggest that you go to a place where you're comfortable and really get shroomed out one time to let your mind kind of restart itself. But I got too much anxiety. If I go and I take a bunch of shrooms and I'm sitting there playing hopscotch with Elvis and Bushwick Bill or something, I'm just like, that's not good for me. I'm going to freak out.
So I have done mushrooms one time in my entire life ever.
I've done them. I'm just saying.
And I thought that and I don't even remember it, so I couldn't even tell you, but from the stories I was told, I got up on this banister, walked along it, and sang happy birthday to somebody like Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't take mushrooms anymore.
That ain't what yeah.
No, that's the truth.
No, so that's what I was saying, though. It's like, I don't want
stuff
to.
like that.
I'm not looking for the pity or the hand pat. Or somebody say, "Oh, you done good," or "That is funny," or this. I'm looking for a way that I don't view things like that. Because right now I feel like this podcast is terrible.
I think you need a good therapist.
Dr. Cannon retired 7 years ago, and he was the only one that I was ever just had a good click with. Yeah. So if there's somebody out here that's a real actual therapist that watches this, give me a holler.
No, you actually have been talking for a while now, but I think you need an in-person therapist.
Well, and that's another thing that this whole damn quarantine bat virus has caused. You can't just. Hell, how long is it taking for me to get shit done with my leg? You can't get in and see doctors. People
you got in pretty quick on the leg, considering you arrived at the emergency room bleeding to death.
Well, that's true. Well, when they say, "Oh, you're like a stuck hog," that was legit. I looked like a hog and I was stuck. But nah, so it's just made everything shitty,
Yeah, but you know what? You're alive.
man.
You're alive.
And
You're alive.
I understand that, or I
You're
wouldn't be sitting
alive.
here talking.
You're alive, and you're not. You didn't lose your leg.
Yeah, I get all that. I'm grateful. I'm not saying that.
I didn't say you weren't grateful.
What
I
I'm
just think you
saying
need to
is-
find a different way to look at things.
Well, I think this quarantine's jacked up a lot of people from a lot of different
You were
aspects.
jacked up well before quarantine. It just happened to help you out a little bit.
See what I deal with? That's what I'm,
I'm just
saying.
telling the truth.
Me too. I'm trying to speak, and you keep interrupting me. And I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I'm jacked up. Period. And it's not getting any better right now. So we need to have a funny, better podcast next time. And I need to put it. Like, I mean, it's like I'm going down there to cut that music. Now I'm getting nervous because I'm like, man, I just don't feel like anything I'm touching right now is creative or it's good or whatever. I did a track for Simple Man yesterday. I wrote it like 33 times. I'm like, this ain't good. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just too big of a critic, or maybe my shit's garbage. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to find the answers. Oh, look at me with that blank stare, man. I'll cut this shit off now.
Oh, okay, then I'll sit here and talk. I have stories for days.
Well, you might want to tell one because we're going to run out of battery.
Are we going to run out of battery? I'm looking at Nick and Steve over there.
Dang, my knee hurts.
Nick and I'm sure there's a lot of stories. I'm trying to.
Well, go ahead there, Dr. Susette.
Oh, wait a minute. What? What, Nick?
Trainee in Arkansas.
Oh, man.
I actually told that story to a buddy yesterday for the first time ever. It's I haven't read my whole life, and I just never shared that with him.
Look, man. I don't even care at this point. I'm going to tell them all.
Some of the weirdest things that's ever happened
Look,
to
yeah.
us ever.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Top 4 most jacked up stories, Arkansas.
You probably throw number 5 in there. And the Poor Chunky video was caught in Arkansas.
We're playing in Arkansas. I'm not going to name the town. I remember specifically the town and the venue name.
Me too. Great venue, though.
Sweet venue. That's what I was getting at. Great sound, great everything. Good crowd. Man, we're about halfway into the set. They're getting crazy. They're getting drunk. And they're getting rowdy. And this young lady standing in the front row
Young something.
was drinking her beer and kept slaying into the fella next to her. Fella next to her shoved her, grabs a chair, cracks her across the back. Said lady falls down, and when she fell down, her pecker fell out her skirt. So as I was stopping the show to say, you can't hit a woman, I had to reassess the whole situation and didn't know how to handle it. Because it's not every day that you do a show and there's a lady in the front row that gets hit by a man with a bar stool and her pecker falls out without you kind of losing track.
Y'all did well, though.
That shit. And then here's the thing. They came to a show like a year later and said, I loved the last time we saw you. I saw you play at that such and such. And I said, yeah, that's where that dude cracked that.
No, please tell
And
me
they
you didn't.
remember they were like, yeah, that was me. I'm a man today. And I was like, bruh, this, look, I don't get it. It's not for, I don't care what you do, but you can't be, you got to pick a lane and choose. That way you're confusing people
He
when you
did.
see them.
It did. It picked the male lane and decided to stay
Hey,
there.
but that was a real ass,
I guess.
real ass story. Arkansas. Man, we seen it all in Arkansas. The eye fell out. Big ass brawl.
That was the famous night of, if I had to put these crawfish down, I'm going to beat your ass. That
I was
like
eating crawfish, and them boys was acting funky. And it's just, shit happened. Tracy Stone knocked the shit out of somebody that night.
Russell Deek did too.
Yeah, Russell hit somebody with a mag
He hit
light.
somebody with a mag light. Oh my god.
Hey, that place was Arkansas, man. It's a trip. I'm not knocking it. I've had a blast. I've hunted there to what 7 or 8 of the last 9 years. I love Arkansas, but you can guarantee you're going to see something jacked up.
The night that the horse charged the stage.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Probably has something to do with the 30 rifles that went off 16 seconds before the show.
Yeah, this is true.
Arkansas is where a guy came to kill me.
Oh my, was it?
Yeah.
It was.
It was Arkansas.
I don't know if you were there for that, Nick. The
Yeah.
guy, Steve was Steve's pointing.
That's the night I told Steve. Steve didn't even know. I pulled him aside and said, "Hey man, I don't feel real well tonight. I need you to be in the front of the
to be in the front of the stage.
I said, I need you to be in the front of the stage at all times, as much as you can up front." He was like, "Huh?" And he found out, yeah, some dude came there was going to snipe me from the stands. So I was going to have Steve up front as a shield.
Oh my God!
He did. He said,
he
said he's going to come to my funeral. I'm going to take him with
No,
me.
he said
There's some
you're
shit
going to
like
play
that.
it. I want him to play at my funeral. If he says no, then
That's
I'm gonna
another
take
whole
him
nother
with me.
thing.
So, I mean, like, it's like what?
That's a whole nother craziness. Y'all know we've been asked to play more than one.
Funeral. But well, let's don't talk about that. That's kind of
Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, there's some strange requests out, but nah, dude showed up. Said
he
that-
was, but I don't think he meant anything bad.
Yeah, he
In
was
the
off
end, they
with his
found him.
meds.
He was, but it was an interesting night because when we got there, that was they were,
Arkansas.
it was Arkansas, and they were like, well,
Brandon
no,
died in a
we-
restaurant in Arkansas.
when we got there, we saw the drug dogs, and I thought, what we thought were drug dogs, but they weren't drug dogs. They were gun sniffing
yeah,
dogs. And I was like, man, what kind of place did we come to? They got drug dogs.
And it was so pretty.
And it wasn't drug dogs. It was. They were sniffing guns to make sure that nobody was going to kill Jeff. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like,
Hey,
damn.
Catfish was there that night.
Yeah, him and old boy caught a
Catfish.
possum.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
They
Catfish
did. They
was
caught a
there.
possum.
Catfish was on the road when you had Bell's palsy.
I seen Catfish piss himself.
Oh, my God. We don't want to talk about
And I
that.
shaved his eyebrow off while
You
he was
did
asleep.
shave his eyebrow off.
And the funniest thing of
He
that
has
whole
got
night
such a good sense of humor.
was
thank
the
God.
very next day when when you said, "Catfish, do you know how you got here?" And without missing a lick, he goes, "No, but I bet it's a hell of a story." He didn't even care.
Yes, it was.
It was so.
Poor Ronnie. That was when literally we were all laying there. Everybody was sitting there, and Catfish was laying there, literally in urine, and we're all gonna like draw straws as to who was gonna have to change him out of it. And Ronnie goes, "God damn it! I guess I'll do it. I've changed diapers before in a different profession. Y'all get out of here. We're not." Gonna. And so Ronnie did. Ronnie D changed his.
You think Chick-fil-A's a cult?
What? How did we get on Catfish's pissing himself to Chick-fil-A's a cult?
I don't believe it is. I'm just saying the way they run it, they're such a tight knit group.
I don't know, but they should probably be running the country because I'll tell you what.
That's what I'm getting at. Is if they're not a cult and they're not, I think their upper management should be in charge of all customer service nationwide. You can go to a Chick-fil-A with 57 cars in it and get your food in 13 seconds.
Good Lord, I had like.
It's nuts. I don't know why I was just thinking about that because I don't even eat fast food, but.
My phone's going off like crazy.
Well, most people turn their phone off during a professional podcast.
My phone is off. It's on silent.
So yeah, and Brandon died in a restaurant in Arkansas. So
He didn't die, but he scared us all.
he did. He said, "I'm gone," and that joker fell over. Bam. That's a lot of person to be hitting the ground like that and cracking his head. Let me tell you this. All right. So Brandon had the night before. We were all whatever. He was a little dehydrated the next day. Passed out in this restaurant. It shocked us. They called the EMT. I kid you not, Arkansas. These some bitches show up in the restaurant, and the EMT are smoking cigarettes.
I think I do remember that.
And the first thing I said is, "Damn, I didn't know you could still smoke in a restaurant." And I guess Arkansas, you can. You can. And then second question was, why in the hell are you as an EMT smoking a cigarette assisting this dude on the ground that can barely breathe? That's a true story. You were there.
Yeah. Oh, and they had the.
They had an oxygen mask. This dude's applying an oxygen mask to Brandon. He's like, Yeah. I mean,
He'd
what
put his
happened?
cigarette
I'm
out.
Bitch, you about to blow us all up.
He'd put his cigarette out.
Bro, yeah. Arkansas, hey, it's the home of Slick Willie. That's all you got to know.
The last thing that, as far as crazy stuff, and this isn't the last, this is probably one of the first because this was in the very beginning. Do you remember down in, oh my gosh, where were we at?
Might have
Punta Gorda, Florida.
Woo.
The whole entire front row got maced.
Oh, yes. That's also when Big Doug tased that dude and told him to
No,
do
it
the Harlem
wasn't. Different
Shake.
place. Different place. Totally different place.
Oh.
I assure you that was a totally different place because that was in St. Lucie.
Yeah, I remember that. Who got maced in Punta Gorda? That
You-
was Redneck Yacht Club.
You did the whole entire because you literally said if I end up getting maced, I'm gonna come down there and whoop somebody's ass.
That was
myself.
Redneck Yacht Club.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the girl fell off the stage and broke their neck.
No, St. Lucie was where the girl fell off the stage. Yes, it was. Look, I was sober.
Where'd the camera guy get hit?
Camera guy got hit in Punta Gorda.
And Craig Hand was there.
Yes, that was in Punta Gorda. Nick's over here like, yep.
Yeah, I tried to fight that whole crowd.
So Punta Gorda was everybody got maced. Camera, the light truss. It was so windy that night.
Yeah, it was
So
wild.
windy, and it literally came down and popped him in the gashed his head open.
Somebody threw a bottle in the crowd and hit Chuck's guitar
That's what it
at
was.
that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Russ, I remember
that
that was
started it all. I was like, yo, bruh.
But
And then
no.
the crowd whooped his ass, which was cool. And then the crowd got out of hand and they went to mace the crowd.
And it
so
came
I
up on
told him, I said,
stage because
"Look,
it was so
yeah."
windy.
But it was wild.
But no, St. Lucie was where the
Man,
Harlem Shake thing.
That was hilarious because that's when that Harlem Shake was all the fad on TV, you know, the dance. Everybody stops and that dude walked up and said something. And Doug's already like 6'6", 250, big ass dude. He's working security. That dude said something. Doug said, "Do the Harlem Shake." He's like, "Huh?" He said,
Tase it.
with that taser, that bitch went to shake it. I was like, that is the best. That was the funniest thing
Yep.
I'd ever heard in my
That's
life.
where the girl fell off the stage.
Yeah, man, that was a high stage too. Like,
They were all high stages.
I think she broke her neck. I don't know. I about broke my leg jumping off the stage in Canada. That was terrible. And I jumped off
That
the
was
stage in North
stupid.
Carolina one time. That was bad.
Yeah, but
What was? Lenny was at that show.
was Lenny at that?
Yep. Because that MTV kid was talking shit.
Oh no, baby. You probably should have stopped drinking or maybe should have started smoking. That was in Tennessee. That was in
I
Tennessee.
thought I
Nick's
was
over
on
there
the-
going.
I thought I was
Nick-
on the Tennessee-North
No.
Carolina border.
So North Carolina, you did jump off a stage, but that was at a. There's been a lot of. I should probably just write all these things down, but I remember them pretty vividly.
That's why my knees are bad. That and I'm too fat. Hey, I'm still hitting a golf ball pretty decent. You don't really give a shit, though.
Golf bores me,
I bore you.
and you won't let me drive the. You do not bore me.
Hey, listen, the
You
last
won't
time
let me
I
drive the golf cart. So why the hell do I
Because
want to go?
Daphne doesn't understand that you can't take the cart across the green, the putting part.
Why not?
Dude, I took her out there one time, and I'm like, hey, after I chip up, and I said, just drive over to the next box. I'll meet you. I turn around, I'm getting over my ball to putt, and I'm like, hey! She's literally driving to the green to pick me up. I'm like, baby, you can't. What? And I was like, well, that's why you stay home. It's so crazy. Now, but that's what I'm saying, man. That depression shit sucks.
We need stock in this.
That-
What is this?
I didn't even think about that. Has my demeanor not changed completely since I had my medicine?
Yes, it's on.
See? With a TH in front. I'm clever. You see what he did there? Do you THC what I did? That boy.
With a TH and
Do you not THC what I just did
Oh, God, my eyes are watering.
there? TH clever. That's me. So let me tell you. All right, so we're done with Arkansas? Because there's probably one more. Nah, we was propositioned in Arkansas.
No, don't stay. Please don't. Let's leave that out because
All right. We were at this
we didn't
restaurant.
take it though.
Yeah, we didn't. We got propositioned to buy
I just
two
said-
dignitaries
Oh, okay.
that held public seat in a town
We should probably go through every state
and just knock them out.
and tell a story.
Every state
One of those dignitaries got a DUI.
in the parking lot. Right. Yes. So we play. I mean, what a freaking great room too. Oh my God. Let me tell
Same
you.
room.
All right, listen. I got to break this up so people can't put it together, but while we were in that city, we ate seafood at a restaurant on a Sunday. At a seafood buffet, mind you, when the church crowd had just got out. I was tripping out on everybody because I had just downloaded a whole bunch of new ringtones.
Oh, I remember this.
And one of my favorite ringtones was I had Samuel L. Jackson for when one of my buddies called that has broken English. So we're sitting there and the whole church crowd's in there. We're up at the buffet fixing our food. My phone's on full loud and all you hear is, "Do you speak English, motherfucker? Pick up the phone. Do you speak English, motherfucker?" Just hollered it. You remember that? Man, we're running over there trying to turn the phone off, and everybody's looking at me. I was like,
No,
"Oh,
somebody
my-"
was it Chuck that was at the table already and was like, somebody was at the table.
Yeah, he was there. He was embarrassed too. Like it was.
I can't remember.
It was bad, man. And so I was like, I had to get all of the Samuel L. Jackson ringtones off my phone. But no. So the night before at that venue, we get done, and yeah, those two dignitaries, a male and a female, I will say that, county office seats.
Okay, we can leave that alone.
Asked if we wanted to go back and have an after party with them. We said no. So one of them got mad, did donuts in the parking lot, and was taken to jail for driving under the influence. I love Arkansas. And John Daly's from Arkansas, so that's, you don't even know who that is, do you? If you say no, I got to turn this whole podcast off and never cut another episode.
Golfer?
Yeah, oh, thank God.
I'm on a limb there. I don't know who John Daly is.
Long
I don't
John
give a
Daly.
shit who John Daly is. No offense to John Daly, but
I've been getting these headaches again. Like I got one right behind my left eye.
my eyes are watering. So it's probably like some type of barometric. Really?
Every time.
You're disgusting.
I gotta get one out. So you want to get another good story in before we get out of here? Like,
I'm trying to think.
oh, remember you were just over there yapping. Oh, I got thousands and
Well, I
thousands.
do, but like things that I actually want people to know. There's some things that we
Hey,
should
why don't you
probably-
tell? You want to tell them about the time?
I'll tell them when the bus almost caught on fire in Canada.
No, that's we got way too many. We'll do a whole
We'll do a whole episode on
podcast
Canada.
about. Well, yeah, Canada, but we can do a whole podcast about vehicle woes as well.
Oh God.
Because we've been broke down, beat down, left down, wrecked, turned around. We've been we left one vehicle. We just left that bitch at the venue. Never saw it again. Just it's been bad with the vehicles. Damn, what was I just about to say? Talking about. It hurts. I can't remember, and it was freaking funny.
Nasty
Golly.
tobacco out of your lip. Ew, don't do that on. Oh, I said
tell
don't be
something then.
grabbing my drinks. I'm trying to remember something that is actually.
Hey, you remember that? God dang it!
I'm looking at Nick.
Oh,
Of America.
For what?
Mall of America.
I hate the Mall of America.
Oh,
First off, it ain't the Mall of America. It's the Mall of Muslimica.
all of something. But
I mean, look, I'm not trying to be funny. I didn't know that Minneapolis is like a Syrian refugee
Yeah, it
place.
was-
I had no clue before we went there. We had a great time in Minnesota. Craig and Robin, they were freaking awesome. I love that place. So we decided to go to the Mall of America before we went to Canada. And look, bro, there was more burqas and turbans, and I'm not being racist. I'm just saying, for
It
the
was-
Mall of America,
Yeah.
I didn't see not many Americans. There weren't many cans in there.
It was interesting to say the.
It was
the
low on
least.
cans. And yeah, I'm gonna say, and the bitch, I wasn't gonna say bitch, but the bitch pulled one over on me and Brandon at the
Oh yeah,
Dick's Last Resort.
yeah. Our bill was like $500 because Brandon and Jeff didn't know that you could get refills on drinks, and they just kept buying those.
They kept
Souvenir
Yeah, they
cups.
kept bringing out the souvenir
So-
cups, and she didn't. She could have said something.
Well, yeah, but so
That's the difference in a $7 and a $17 drink.
and everybody like was like what 10 of us going to Canada. Everybody got a souvenir cup, and then some. We were
Man.
we were walking through the mall clanking. Everybody was.
That's not the one I was thinking about telling. We were talking about the van and the blowing up going to Canada. It was right before that. We were talking about Arkansas. How Arkansas is just crazy. And what in the hell was that? Oh, You want to tell them about the time that we stayed in a haunted house and a dude
Which haunted house?
Well, this haunted house. Okay, look, I'm not gonna say the city or the state because there's a legit. We stayed on the road one time at a private estate, and a man got murdered in the greenhouse. Oh, that hell!
That was a weird night. Like
You
that,
think somebody got mafia'd in the greenhouse out back while we were in a place that had stairwells that led
to
nowhere?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this creepy little redhead kid starts screaming, and we're like, where the hell did that come from? Disappeared.
It was a different.
I got so stoned, I was out in the golf course laying there trying to just get
No,
my
the
wits.
funny
because
part is-
last I saw, Connor and Damon were walking across the roof and
No.
shit. There was film stuff in there. We were in a damn hostel.
We were
We
in
were
there.
in a video for Hostel Part 2, but they didn't film us because old buddy was out back killing somebody in the greenhouse. Tell me I'm lying.
We were actually all sitting in this one room upstairs, and everybody's like, we're talking, and all of a sudden we look up, and Connor goes,
What was that?
"No." Connor said, "Where's Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff is missing." Like he's like, "Where's Jeff?" We look over, and Jeff's shoes are by the door. Jeff had gotten high and thought he was going to leave his shoes so he could sneak down the stairwell because you can't go down that stairwell without it creaking. Like, and I don't know how we didn't hear him leave.
Dude, the stairs that led to nowhere were crazy.
Yeah, they were in Ronnie's
Y'all think
room.
I'm bullshitting? This house had like 4 or 5 different stairwells. You'd open it up, go down, and the stairwell would lead to a brick wall. It was on some straight up Edgar Allan Poe shit.
It was weird.
Yeah,
It was definitely weird.
And then that one room had all those tripods and lenses, no cameras, but
the
just
room that we didn't stay in.
man, it was freaky. And then literally about 3 o'clock in the morning, pow, look out the back window, and there's this big ass greenhouse out there, and all of a sudden all the lights go off in the greenhouse. See a big bunch of plants get loaded into a Sprinter van, and that Sprinter van sprinted out that bitch.
It was
Am I lying?
no, it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. I thought you talking about the haunted house was the one you booked us at that looked like a daggum mortuary.
Oh, the one that had the note in there from the people that were like,
Yeah.
don't look in this closet. That's
We
where-
pull up. This is no joke. This is on the way to
Wasn't
Canada.
that Minnesota as well?
I don't know where we were at. No, we pull up to this place, and literally Sean, who was driving us, and Sean is, God love him, he does not do haunted stuff. Like we pulled up, and we
Unless
thought,
there's a cheeseburger involved.
well, we really thought,
I'm just saying.
we
I'm the same
really,
way.
we really thought that you were pulling one over on us. Sean's like, this ain't where we're staying. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, it was where we were staying. And we walk in, and literally I walk in with Mason, and like, you know, we're looking at each other, and I thought he was still pulling one over on us because it was the eeriest house I have ever been in. And there was a book upstairs, the guest book, that somebody actually wrote in.
Whoever stayed in that Airbnb could write, you know, where they're from, the
Yeah.
things they did.
And they wrote, "Run."
And it was like 25 pages in.
Yeah, run. Day 6 something, you know.
It was freaky.
It was creepy. Like they wrote out this day 67. I still hear the footsteps. And like I'm sitting up there, we find this. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm leaving.
that was spooky. That was spooky.
Yeah, you were at that point. You were you're no longer allowed to book our Airbnbs.
You and Nick walked into a hotel in South Bend, Indiana that still had a fresh
Ooh,
blood
we
stain.
did.
Still had a fresh blood stain in the bed.
We did. Nick and I also decided to walk through. We were going back out to the van to get something, and I had a straight knife in my. Remember, I had
I had a knife in my pocket.
Yeah, we both had knives. We were like, this is before
I
you.
did not have a pistol.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting too. All right, y'all got to hear. This is no shit. Like, this is when you know you've made it. You pull up in your Sprinter van with a trailer, and you dead end into the water, and you wait on a boat to come pick
That
you
was
up.
a cool place.
Oh, I loved it.
The ferry.
You get on the boat, it carries you across, you drive off, and you play in front of this crazy ass bike rally crowd. Freaking awesome. What was the name of it? I loved it. We played there twice. It's a good time.
Cheaters.
Huh?
No.
No, this is
God, I'll think of the name of it in a minute.
Hog.
Yeah, it was
Something.
a really cool bike rally. I always had
It's
a
in
blast.
Illinois.
We played there the first time we played there. We were driving somewhere to go to our next stop, and we stopped and stayed at one of the old school, oldest, one long brick building motels that only has like 8 or 9 rooms. Bless this lady's heart. She says, well, we needed like 3 or 4 rooms. Whatever it was.
Me, you, and Terry stayed in the same room.
Whatever it was, they had 1 room short. Like, if we needed 4 rooms, they only had 3. But the lady that ran the place lived there too. Mm-hmm. And she said, y'all seem like sweet people. You can stay in my room. Where are you? Well, I'll just work the whole 24-hour shift. And, like, pre-COVID, you know, think about me and Daphne and Terry stayed in this lady's hotel room.
I still don't think anything about it.
That
COVID.
literally she lived in. But remember when I got in the couch. And I had to stay there the rest of the night because the couch swooped down so far.
Jeff slept on the couch and Terry and I slept over there beside him on the bed.
But wasn't there like a pterodactyl or something?
There was
something crazy.
There was a spider the size of my hand in the shower that you actually showered with because you didn't see it until after. I refused to shower in there. I waited.
There was a frog in that room.
There was a frog in the room prior to you coming in the room.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But yeah,
I don't do the frogs.
But Terry and I got the frog out. He was sitting on the Bible.
He needed to be because he was about to be killed if I saw him.
But you know something you just said pre-COVID. I don't think anything about that. I mean, I know it's real and.
No, I'm just saying you regard those times as like everything was carefree and still we just lived life and didn't worry about it.
Look, I'm still the person that when I go to the grocery store, I'm licking my fingers to make sure the things come undone and I don't.
Please repeat what you just said.
You know, you try to get the plastic undone in the meat department and you can't, so you have to like lick your fingers to make the plastic come apart. Tell me I'm not the only person that does. Everybody did that prior to wearing face masks, and I don't wear a face mask, so I'm still licking my fingers in the grocery store. It doesn't bother me. I still eat cake that people blow their candles out on. I mean, I refuse to. No, I'm not nasty. I live my life, and the way I see it is, I mean, just honesty.
You probably drink after people.
I do drink after people. I mean, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go, and there ain't no virus gonna take me, and no mask gonna save me unless God decides it. So be it.
Aunt Becky going to prison.
I feel bad for Aunt Becky too.
It's all good.
Maybe I should send her a cake with a file in it.
Nah. So what's up, man? What are you doing the rest of the day?
Going back upstairs to make sure I picked the right paint color since I was in such a rush. I literally picked our house paint color in 5 minutes.
How are you in a rush? Let's discuss this. How are you in a rush?
Because I work.
I know, I understand. But yesterday, or the day before even, you scheduled this time to shoot at 1 o'clock.
Right, but I didn't expect to get 3 phone calls discussing. So I added another event to my already busy schedule between the time I scheduled this and being here today. Thank you, Lenny Cooper. Which, by the way, we will be having a truck show meet.
Truck, yeah.
In South Carolina at his facility, at his bar.
Shut
First
that
weekend
truck up. Are you serious?
You're such an asshole. You keep on because you're going to be over
I know,
there.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going. I like that place over there anyway. Mm-hmm. West Columbia.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know.
Yep. So everybody needs to watch out for that. There'll be a bunch of artists in the same place first weekend of October in South Carolina.